Okay.
I think my hair is probably pretty nice now. So that would wrap up the wheel count, definitely.
Andrew, can you tell us before Alpha, were you a churchgoer?
No, I wasn't. I didn't grow up in a Christian family, so very naturally, I don't attend church. Before Alpha, I wasn't a churchgoer.
So what brought you to Alpha, or rather, who was it who encouraged you to come on Alpha?
Wow, that's a brilliant question, Leon. So I was invited by a girl whom I sort of had an interest back then. She's been asking me to attend Alpha for like a number of times already, and I finally decided, okay, you know what, might as well just do it so that, you know, she might take a liking to me and whatnot. So yeah, I would say that I got introduced to Alpha by a girl.
It always starts with a girl. Can you tell us a little bit more about your experience on Alpha?
Funny thing is, back then, even when I was invited to Alpha, I was a bit reluctant to actually go into the session. So Alpha starts at 8 p.m, but I was in the office. I waited all the way up until like 9 p.m, and that's when I decided, okay, let's see how it goes. So I only attended Alpha for the last 15 minutes on that session with a topic on how can I resist evil.
What would you say was the highlight of your experience?
Well, I would say the highlight of my experience attending Alpha is definitely the discussion bit itself. So even though I was late on that day, the host and the helper were very, very generous. They were very kind and they were very inviting. That even when I was late, you know, they didn't scold me or anything. Well, I was expecting a little bit of a scolding, to be fair. But yeah, they were really kind. And I think like I love horror movies. And I think one of the things that stood out to me is if I have that much faith to believe in evil or ghosts, you know, I should have an equal amount of faith to believe in God. So I would say that's probably the juiciest bit of my Alpha history.
So what would you say is the biggest difference that Jesus has made in your life?
One of the most common things that we get to ask is, why do Christians have this sense of peace, you know, regardless of whatever circumstances that they go through? And I would say it's the same for me. I think ever since becoming a Christian, ever since I turned my life to Christ, you know, I felt like there is this sense of peace that regardless of how bad of a situation, I've always have someone to turn to, which is God himself.
Bonus question. So you were not a churchgoer, didn't grow up in a church family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you did Alpha, but somehow that led you to where you are today, working for the church and doing amazing work for the church. Can you tell us a little bit about that journey?
Well, the irony is that I was pretty bad in that sense where, you know, I obviously came to Alpha late, and safe to say that after that session, I actually didn't continue that term of Alpha. So I just attended that one small segment and then I went home to process it. So what happened after was the girl then invited me to church, you know, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, who would turn down an invitation from a girl to attend at church, right? So I didn't. So I went to a church with her, and then I think after that, she decided to kind of leave me alone where I explore myself. And at that point, I was like kind of church hopping for a bit. And as I was church hopping, I then eventually turned back to HTBB. Funny thing is, I did Alpha at HTBB, but I didn't attend HTBB as one of the churches back then. And there was this Sunday where I felt the prompting to go to the church, and that's when I felt the presence of the Holy Spirit, and I gave my life to Christ since then. And ever since then, I felt like there is this need for me to serve. So I started serving in the team, you know, and after that, I then joined the staff team, and here I am right now, you know, hopefully making a difference in the team.